I pray this in Jesus' holy name. Amen. Thank you. At this point, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. And I'm going to wait 1 minute while Rick gets things ready. Everet Kamikawa is the president of Recruiter Network of Southeastern Wisconsin. He's also a heck of a nice guy. But he spoke here two years ago. We enjoyed him so much that we wanted to have him back. And tonight he's going to present Why They Say No, Common Mistakes Job Seekers Make. So please help me welcome Everet.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Thank you, everyone here at Crossroads. Show of hands, how many people have seen me speak before? For those of you who are seeing me again, I thank you for enduring the pain. Who's seeing me speak for the first time? You'll get to share their pain next time. And how many people have never seen me speak before? There's always a couple that I catch on that as part of that. I appreciate the time today. And Tom is going to run my screen presentation. So this is the first time that I've worked with a partner. So, yeah. So, forgive us as we didn't get a chance to practice, But I like to begin all my presentations, be it a sales presentation, be it a speech, in regards to a covenant. And that covenant starts with a big thank you. I want to thank you for being here tonight, for sharing your time with me. I have a passion for helping people find jobs. It's what I've been doing for the last 16 years, and I promise you tonight that I will speak with passion. I'll convey that passion with you, and I want to thank you for your time. I'm going to be blunt, I'm going to be candid, I'm going to be honest, because your time and your job search is too important for me not to be, okay? So I thank you very much for allowing me to pursue my passion and to help you. Some other things as part of this covenant. Why am I here? I've been doing this, like I say, for the past 16 years. I've spoken literally with thousands and thousands of employers. This is information that I have gleaned from them over that time. It's also information that I personally have put into practice. Now, there's a second part of this covenant, and that is your part. And that is, as part of your covenant today, I would like you to please grab 1 or 2 little ideas, just arrows that you can put in your quiver, so that when you're out there looking for jobs, you can say, that might be in handy. I can use that. Bam. Hit that target, okay? The other thing is if you love what I say tonight, if you think I do a good job, I write a blog. It's called Ev's Recruitment Answers. You can also just Google Everet Kamikawa or Google Heck of a Nice Guy. If you like what you hear tonight, I ask you please sometime in the next month, go there twice. And if you don't like what I have to say tonight, go there once, okay? I write generally as a view from a recruiter and from an HR salesperson, so you can kind of consider that intelligence, inside information. But there is a section for job seekers. So I write from a job seeker's perspective, so a lot of what I'm about to say tonight you can find there, and if it's not there now, it will be shortly. Why am I here? Well, like everyone else, I've had many jobs. I've been fired, or I've quit from all of them, except for the 2 that I'm doing right now, thankfully. Who knows, that might change tomorrow. And you know what? It probably will. But does everyone remember where they were on September 10th, 2001? No one. Next day was 9/11. Changed the world, changed our lives. My life actually changed on September 10th because the company that I owned suddenly was sold out from underneath my feet. Long story, long, complicated. I'm not going to bore you with it. And quite frankly, it's not that interesting. But it took me over a year to find a job. Now, how about January 20th, 2010? Anybody remember where you were then? Well, the employer that I got the job with from the first one decided to pack up shop and head out of Milwaukee, close their offices. So I was out again. The difference is, whereas it took me over a year to find a job the first time, 90 minutes for the second time. Middle of the recession. The reason why are all the things I'm going to share with you right now. So now the next part of your covenant for you is to have a little fun. I like to have fun, so please laugh if you need to laugh. Those cookies are calling my name back there. Please feel free to get up and eat and drink, okay, as part of that. So, with that, there's also an audience participation presentation. Everyone's going, oh no. You have 4 words that you need to say. Everyone here seen the movie Star Wars? All right. First 2 words are Star Wars. So on the count of 3, I'd like everyone to say that. 1, 2, 3. Star Wars. it was a little weak. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3.
Star Wars.
Okay, a little better. Who's this guy? Darth Vader. Those are the second two words. So on the count of 3, I want you to say Darth Vader. 1, 2, 3.
Darth Vader.
One more. Come on, one more. Crank it in there. Come on. Give me the energy. Give me the love. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Now don't worry. I have no books to sell. I am not going to sign you up for any motivation seminars, anything like that. So, what's going on? You're out in the marketplace. You hear about the economy is improving. You're not getting a job. Why not? Well, a lot of people don't realize that the market has changed significantly since our last recession. Actually, not even, just in the last 3-4 years. Basically, what happened is the first two departments that get cut, usually when it comes time of a recession, the companies have to start cutting costs in terms of people, are marketing and HR. Right now, the HR staffs are overloaded. There's not enough people on staff, and there's a lot more applicants coming in. 3-4 years ago, you might have been one of 50 people that were applying. Now you're one of 500 people applying. So they have less people to go through the resumes and go through the interviews. How do you stand out? The other thing that you need to do is you need to understand that it used to be that recruiters and HR managers used to find a way to include people in their maybe pile. Who is it that I want to talk to? Maybe this person, maybe that person. Well, this person's kind of close, so I'll put them in the maybe pile. Now, there's so few staff and they're getting so many more resumes, they're looking for ways to disclude people. Don't give them a reason to disclude you. And some of the things that I'm about to show you right now are some of the things that they're telling me that is happening that people just forget. Maybe no one's told you. And what I like to do here is kind of put everything all in one place so you can see what's going on. It's part of that. Now, before you apply, have a proper email address. Don't have one of these, please. These are real email addresses that I've culled from job seekers over the past 3 weeks. I love this one. I shoot people. Anyone know why? He's a photographer, exactly. But, you know, Crazy Jay, that guy's an IT manager. I don't want someone running my IT network who's crazy, you know. Dirty white kid, spud bone, not to mention sexy, you know. Sexy firefighter too. That was actually a firefighter that posed for one of those charity calendars, and he was the month of February. It's like, oh, I've gone by that for years. I thought it'd be kind of funny. No, people don't like that. Have a proper voicemail. Seems kind of basic. We all carry around these things right here. These cell phones. Have a proper voicemail set up on them. Don't let the generic, you have reached 414-312. Do not leave that on your cell phone. Do not leave, this voicemail is not activated yet on your cell phone. Also, don't leave messages like, if you don't leave a message, I will kill you. That is a real job seeker that I called that I was working with and said, oh my gosh, you got to get rid of that. I had another job seeker who thought he was funny. He left a little message. Hi, this is blah, 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 blah. I'm not censoring anything. That was the message. Blah, 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 blah. If you're an employer, can you take that candidate seriously? Don't have anything too cute. Don't have anything sinister. Here's the other thing. Have a positive, upbeat tone. Don't just say, hi, this is Everett. You want to say, hi, this is Everett. You have almost reached me. Please leave your name and number, and I'll return your call within 24 hours. Something that's professional, something that's upbeat, something where you have inflection in your voice that makes it sound like you're funny. Once again, you can have a good person. They don't have to be funny, but you know, someone that's got some energy, you got some enthusiasm. Cover letter. Do you have one? And I know everyone's used to applying online now, and you think you don't need one. 99.9% of the people, I agree with that. No. Put a cover letter in for every job that you apply, even if it's online. Make sure it's tailored to that position and that company. Also, make sure it's short and to the point. Your first sentence should be, I'm applying for this particular position. I think I'd be a great fit for your company or some other such sense, but name the position in that first paragraph. And that first paragraph is 1, maybe 2 sentences. The body of the letter then, that second paragraph, 3 to 4. Explain your qualifications, why you're a good fit. Don't talk about your job search. Don't talk about why you got fired. Don't talk about the problems that you're having finding a job. Don't. It's 3 to 4 sentences. This is why I'm qualified. This is why you want to talk to me. Third paragraph, once again, back to 1 or 2 sentences. Thank you very much for your consideration. I really look forward to meeting with you to talk about this particular position. Name, sign it, and then your contact information also below that. As part of this, do not write your cover letter as to whom it may concern. Find a name. Go on LinkedIn, go on Hoover's or any of those other contact sites, ask friends, do that old-fashioned thing, you pick up the phone and call. Hi, Everet Industries. Hi, my name is Everett. I'm applying for this particular position at your company. I'm just putting together my cover letter and resume, and can you please tell me who I can address it to? Sure, send it to here. Maybe they say, no, I can't. Okay, is there someone in particular that I should make sure that gets this information? Yeah. No, I'm not going to give you that name. Okay, great. Well, is there a different way, or is there a standard system that you'd like to have people apply to follow to make sure that my letter gets to the right person? Sure, it's this. Or maybe they transfer you back to HR. You get, hi, this is Everett in HR. Hi, Everett, this is Everett. I'm applying for this particular position. If you could just please help me out, I just want to apply, and I just want to get the correct contact information for my cover letter. Can I get the proper spelling of your name? Are you the person that I should send this information to? Sure, absolutely, here it is. Maybe I'm not. Maybe they send you to someplace else. Don't name drop either without the other person's permission. That's very important. I actually had someone from a presentation I did a couple of weeks ago, they sent through their letter. Fortunately, they sent it to me. And they said, my friend Everett has told me about this job at your place, and you know what? And his wife works there too, and blah, 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 blah. Thank goodness this person sent it to me first. Because while I'm a heck of a nice guy, there are a couple people that don't like me, I found out. And the person at this particular company is one of the people that just doesn't like me. Why? I don't know. I try. So your resume. Watch your basic formatting. The little things that, for example, in this particular, and this is a real resume that was sent to the company I'm at now. Obviously, Jerry Seinfeld is not the real name of the person that really sent this to me, but my manager said, this looks like a pretty cool person. I'm going to call him. Where's the phone number? Right. Also, watch your spelling. Notice it's Jerry Seinfeld at the top. Where does he work? Well, Seinfeld Computers, but he misspelled Seinfeld. It used to be, once again, that you might be able to get away with 1 spelling mistake on your resume, maybe 2, depending on who the HR manager is. Now, none. Double check, recheck. Spell check does not get all of them, so make sure you have someone else read through it. Also, look at the different things in terms of the margins. Look at the dates, the 2006 to the 9008 here. They're all over the place. Line them up. General accepted rule is over on, that would be, let's see, if I'm reading this here, that would be on my right side, right? Yeah. Look at the margin over here. Inconsistent. Why is all the other things over here? This one's way over there. Bullet points. Just like when you learned in English how to write an outline, if you have a Roman numeral 1, you have to have a Roman numeral 2. If you have an A, you have to have a B. If you have a 1, you have to have a 2. Same thing on a resume. You can't just have 1 bullet point like they have there. You got to have 2. One of my favorites, the Bad Career Objective poem. A career objective basically is giving that employer something about you, your passion. Where are you lying? Why are you applying for this position? Now, a lot of people write them in, I'm looking to obtain a position allowing for continued education, career growth, and development. Or I'm looking for an entry-level position in graphic design. Well, let's say I'm a graphic designer, and I have that as my objective. That's the HR manager's going to look at that and go, duh! Of course they're applying for an HR graphic position. That's what he's applying for. Okay? The runaway. Be careful what you say as you're part of your career objective. Remember, you want to give them something that shows your passion, why you're applying, how you can benefit them. But be careful. Don't say that you're a young male looking for new challenges and is life finding motivation as I start the next chapter in my life. No. Don't talk about seeking an entry-level programming position where I can utilize and show off my skills and abilities while on my way to working towards a project manager position. Let's say the project manager is one of the people that gets this resume. You heard what Tom's testimony was as part of that? Yeah, no. Now we've got the close but no cigar. Not too bad. Seeking a position in the field of information technology where I can continue to expand my skills and contribute to the growth of the company. Looking for an opportunity to utilize the knowledge and abilities I have obtained through my education and professional experience. Not bad, but tell me what the position is that you're applying for. And then you can specifically tell me how you're going to benefit the company. Now this person at least has said that they're looking to help contribute to the growth of the company. That's good, because I as an employer want to know ultimately how you're going to help me make money. And that could be either through your knowledge, it could be through your knowledge of the industry, it could be through connections, it can be through your sales abilities, it can be through a whole bunch of different ways. But kind of clue me in that you're at least thinking that, because recruiting costs time and it costs money. So if you even say that you're going to be a loyal employee and you're going to stay there for years and years and years, I like to see that, because that means I don't have to spend time and money replacing you. Now, the ones down here where I say I'm interested. Highly motivated, punctual, dedicated individual possessing good people skills and mechanically inclined, seeking an opportunity with the company to serve with an active working environment utilizing both the latest and time-proven technologies. All right, that happened to be for a machine operator. Pretty good. You're telling me where your lies, what you're going to do, how you're going to benefit me. This is for the graphic designer. As a creative person, my passion has always been design and animation. My goal is to be a lead animator in the film or game industry, and I'm willing to dedicate myself to work hard to gain initial knowledge and experience in the position of character animator, with the pledge that you will receive a return on your investment in me many times over. Bing, bang, winner. Now, for some positions, this might be a little long. Anybody here switching fields? You're going into something completely different? Think about adding, don't just say, a lot of people will say have a one-sentence career objective. It's okay to have a little bit more, especially if you're switching fields. Explain in that objective why you're switching fields and what you can contribute to it. Now maybe some of you are experts in your field, you're published authors, you've got 25 years experience, that kind of thing, your resume speaks for yourself. Then maybe you can get away with a one-sentence objective. But once again, that objective should change every time you send your resume out. Make sure that it's tailored to that employer. Now, back to the Star Wars references. Everyone's heard of Luke Skywalker, right? Anyone here of his younger brother, Billy? No. Well, Billy Skywalker's ticked off. His older brother's getting all the credit. He blew up the Death Star. He's a Jedi. If you're interested in hearing, by the way, by resume tips, go on my blog. It's under Constructing Billy Skywalker's Resume. All of my resume tips are all right there. Had a lot of fun writing it. It's in the set in the cantina. It's Mos Eisley. Everyone's going, my gosh, you're a geek. Yes, I am. Thank you. Career goal for Billy Skywalker: to eradicate tyranny and treachery from the galaxy by developing and growing a book of business that exceeds company goals and enables me to earn a six-figure income based on the revenue and strong results I produce for the Rebel Alliance. He's applying for a sales positions with the Rebel Alliance, a fundraiser, and he gets a cut of the commission. That tells you his motivation. He wants to get rid of treachery and tyranny from the galaxy. Tells me what he's going to do. He's going to exceed company goals. What's in it for him? He's got a six-figure income. And he's a producer. That's what he's going to do for me. That's what I want to see. 2 generic bullet points. Be careful of these on your resume as well. This particular person is obviously a carpenter, applying for a carpenter position. You can tell there's a carpenter because he's been a carpenter last 3 jobs he's had. He obviously needs to correctly lay out and assemble buildings according to prints. He knows how to do that. He safely operated many power tools. Oh, he threw a curveball. He flipped those 2 bullet points on us at this job. 1, don't use generic same bullet points for every one of the jobs that you had. Talk about specific bullet points. In this particular case, you want to talk about, once again, what power tools did he use? What was he building? What was the timeline? Did they always meet their building deadlines? In the case of, once again, going back to Billy Skywalker and applying for that sales job with the Rebel Alliance, he happens to have some sales experience. They're with Droid Radio and Stormtrooper Radio and Coruscant and Yavin and wherever else they are in the galaxy. Not too bad if you, most people look at this and go, wow, okay, you're in sales, you develop recruitment marketing campaigns for local imperial agencies, develop new accounts from cold call leads. Okay, that sounds pretty good, I'm going to talk to the guy. But go to the detailed bullet points. Look at the difference. Territory sales manager, who's he calling on? He's calling on HR managers, presidents, business owners. How many times does he meet with them? 10 meetings a week on average. How does he get there? He averages 100 cold calls per week for new prospects by phone or email. He increased billing 521% from $105,000 to $548,000 in 10 years, never producing less than 31% of the company billing in 10 years. So Tom, if you go back one slide, if you look at that top section there, and now you go ahead one slide, notice the difference. That first one, the guy goes into the maybe pile, maybe, if they're desperate. But here I'm going, wow, this is a hunter, this is a sales guy who knows what he's going to do, he's going to produce for me, he's got a track record, I want to talk to him. Now sometimes you have some experience on your resume that's not really job related, but you need it because you're either filling a gap, maybe it's volunteer work, something. When you put those on your resume, try and make the bullet points, as many as you can anyways, related to the job and the field that you're going into now. So for example, now this one happens to be a person who is going after their first job in criminal justice. They're looking to be either a paralegal or a security guard, something like that. They were a stocker, cashier, customer service. They've only worked at this supermarket for the last 4 or 5 years. Everybody knows what a stocker does. He doesn't need to put on there that he stocks shelves with food goods and good pricings or whatever. He's applying for a security position. So tell me what in your job is security related. Now, granted, he's not exactly, standing a post carrying a gun and handcuffs and all that kind of stuff. But if you can change the bullet points to that you stored and collected grocery carts so you prevent damage to cars and patrons, runaway carts in a grocery store parking lot, that can be a hazard, right? Okay. You clean the floors daily to prevent slips and falls to patrons. These kind of things are the duties that they did, but it's at least telling me that at this point in time, he has got safety on his mind. He is looking at safety focus in what he did in his job. Now, once again, he's not busting criminals. He's not looking for shoplifters, although maybe they are. Put that on there. Not everything's going to be an exact fit, and please do not lie. But think about the duties that you did at that job in a little bit of a different light, and that light is the field that you're going into. And if it works, it's relevant, put it on there. Networking. The other mistake people get, networking is basically what you're doing now. You're going around to the different groups, you're going around to different business groups, you're going around to different support groups. You're making connections. You never know where your contact's going to come. Tom talked about he got a job in Whitewater from a recruiter down in Georgia. You never know who knows who. So as part of that, the benefit is basically, once again, it gives you more information about that career, it gives you more information about the companies, and it lets you know the hidden job market. The hidden job market represents about 85% of jobs that are out there that are not posted anywhere. These are jobs that maybe somebody knows somebody's retiring. Somebody knows that there's company expansion. Something is triggering that they're going to need to hire people. They just haven't posted it yet for one reason or another. Networking taps you into that. You can network. I have a lot of people that say to me, Everett, I'm not an extrovert like you. I'm not used to speaking in public. I don't have funny jokes to tell. My wife would say I'm dynamically good looking. Thanks, honey. This is on YouTube. Hey. But you can. I'm an expert. I'm going to say expert. I'm going to go on that limb on YouTube. I'm going to say I'm an expert in networking. Not because I can talk about a lot of different subjects, not because I'm particularly smarter than anyone, not because I'm in Mensa or anything else like that, which I'm not. But I can ask questions. I can ask sincere questions. I can have people talk about them. Ladies, remember going out to the bars? Does this look familiar? So, I'm the guy, obviously. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your major? Whoever thought that going out to the bars in college would actually help me get a job? Now, I'm not going to network events saying to the ladies, so, what's your name? Where do you work? But what I can do is I can sincerely ask somebody a question that I'm really interested in. Get them talking about themselves. Talk about what they do. If I ask enough questions, if you're talking about nuclear physics, I don't know much about nuclear physics at all. But sooner or later, you're going to say something that I do understand, which then I can contribute now my expert knowledge on whatever that is. Maybe the person happens to collect Hot Wheels cars. Cool, we're talking nuclear physics. Now he talks about Hot Wheels cars. I know about Hot Wheels cars. I collect them too. Well, now that person gets a warm, fuzzy feeling because I was sincerely asking them about what they do. I was taking the time, and now we have that connection of Hot Wheels cars. I'm not begging them for a job right away. I'm just striking conversation. Hey, those cookies look really good. What do you think? Are they made with nuts? Oh, they are? Oh, I'm sorry, I have an allergic to nuts. I can't do that. Oh, but what brand of cookies can you have? Oh, well, anything without nuts. Also, don't worry about people that you think you can't talk to. People have been where you are. Don't be afraid. This morning I was talking with the president of Catholic Knights. Well, actually, he's Catholic Financial now. Never met the man before. But he took 20 minutes and talked to me and me alone. That was great. I had a great conversation with him. He doesn't know me from Adam, no pun intended. But he took the time because I was asking him sincere questions. I was really interested in what he had to say. That was a great thing. You can do the same. Just make conversation for people. Oh, sorry about that. I went too far. I can't read my own writing. That was a joke. I can't read it. Personal commercial. We talked about that a little bit before. It's basically your 30-second pitch. Who you are, why you're here. Know it, practice it, have several different versions of it. So when people ask me, well, when I was looking for that first year, my commercial was, I'm a successful salesman who is looking to continue my career helping companies find great job candidates by utilizing the latest marketing technology and social media tactics. Now, when people ask me, well, what do you do? Well, I work with HR managers, recruiters, and company owners who are frustrated because they can't find qualified candidates for their job, and I help solve that frustration for them by matching them up with qualified candidates from ITT Tech. People in your network, who are they? They're everybody. It's your friends, it's your family, it's your other church members, it's people here tonight, it's your coworkers, anyone that you can get in touch with, community service agencies, high school teachers. How do you get in touch with them? Pick up the phone, email, social media. LinkedIn is a wonderful tool. I teach that class, by the way, in case anyone wants. Attending an event like such as today. Informational interviews. Those are all great ways to build your network. As part of all this, when you're comfortable talking about yourself, people will be comfortable talking to you about themselves. When you have a positive energy, when you have a good attitude, when you're there to have fun, when you're asking sincere questions, people will talk to you. And you need to do that because you need to keep your network going. You need to keep that maintenance going. You need to reach out to people in your network every now and then just to say, hey, how you doing? I was talking to one gentleman today. He hadn't talked with one of his network people for 3 years. He's like, I'm really feeling bad about it. And then I called him just out of the blue. And I just said, the heck of it, I'm going to call and see what's up. He's like, hey, Bobby, how you doing? Great, Tom, good to hear from you. What's it been, a couple of years now? Yeah, how's the family? Did you go on that vacation? He said it was great, and the guy wound up making a big sale out of it. So, nurture that network. Now, I'm going pretty fast here, but I want to, I'm kind of blowing through some different questions and sections because we've got the breakout section, so I'm happy to entertain questions at that point in time, but I want to make sure everyone's going because we've got no air conditioning and those cookies are calling my name. Job fairs. Common mistakes at the job fairs. This is my do not list. Do not chew gum or eat snacks at the job fair. Do not visit employers in groups. Go at it by yourself. Don't bring your friends. Don't bring your dog or anyone else. Don't bring your children. I know that's sometimes tough to do, but it's a distraction because you might get into a serious long conversation with somebody, and like if it's my son who wants my attention every 30 seconds, avoid that distraction. Don't wear your sunglasses on your head. I thought that was interesting. I was like, well, tell me, don't wear your sunglasses? So yeah, then it means you're just coming in, you're not prepared, you're not thinking, you just walked in, you're not thinking about your appearance. I was like, really? Oh, I didn't think about that. Don't interrupt other job seekers while you wait your turn. Use the time to go over your company brochures or practice your pitch. Don't monopolize their time. Don't be like, hey, I need that job. Can you please give me that job? No, don't read them your whole laundry list. Don't ask questions about salary, benefits, visa, anything like that. Just get general information about the job, about the company. Do at the job fair. A couple of these might sound like do nots, but they're really do's. Do turn off your cell phones and pagers. It's one more distraction. You don't want somebody calling you and you're in the middle of a conversation. Do greet employers politely and professionally, even if they are just saying hello and they're not your target. If you're walking down the hallway and you've got booths to the left and booths to the right, and someone over here says, hey, how you doing today? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. Is the job fair going great for you? Absolutely it is. Oh, fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Have a great day. The reason why? All the recruiters all talk to each other. The HR community is very, very small. And when it's at a job fair, it's even smaller. And they'll say, hey, did you see the guy walking around with the sunglasses on his head? Did you see that guy that looked like Everett walking around? Man, what about that guy with that Star Wars shirt, So, remember, you're being watched. You be professional about it. Have your resumes easily accessible. Don't have to put down 4 bags and reach out all your stuff, or take off your trench coat and pull it out of your pockets there. Have them ready where you can easily hand them to people. Smile. Recruiters and HR managers, when they're at job fairs, it's a long day. They see a lot of people. You'd be surprised, having been on that side of the table, how many people don't smile. And when you do get someone that smiles, who's energetic, that lifts me as the recruiter up, and I remember that person. So smile, have fun with it, and conduct yourself professionally at all times, obviously. We talked about your elevator pitch. Tom talked about it a little bit. I mentioned it earlier before. What is it? Easy to understand, 30 to 60 seconds long. Basically answer the question to yourself, why should a recruiter be interested in you? Learn it, write it out, practice it, and you're going to have more than one version. Because the last thing you want to do is when someone gets in front of you and they ask you a question and you start to freeze up because you want to give your elevator pitch, but that's, it's not the right one for this section. You're scrambling for words. No, make it conversational. You don't have to say your elevator pitch word for word every time. Have a couple of different versions for it. So that way, when your brain does freeze up, you can instantly go, version number 1, oh, can't remember it, oh, go to version number 2. Introductions, make sure once again, you come up to someone, make solid eye contact. Is it Nancy?
I'm Nancy.
Nancy, Everet Kamikawa, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice handshake, eye-to-eye contact, nice smile, be sincere. Hi, my name is Joe Smith. I have 10 years of computer networking experience. I'm an expert with Linux, Microsoft XP, A+ certified, and I'm extremely interested in the network admin position that you have right there. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? That's how you start off your conversation with your recruiter. Or maybe it's, hi Nancy, I'm Everet Kamikawa. I'm a 10-year networking IT professional. I see that you've got several IT positions here, but I don't see a net admin position. Is your company by chance looking for any net admins, or do you know somebody that I can talk to about a net admin position?
I certainly can check for you.
Well, fantastic. Is there a time when I can follow up with you?
I would say maybe tomorrow would be a good time.
Tomorrow. Nancy, I really appreciate it. You are seeing a ton of people at the job fair today. Do you have a business card that I can take with so I can follow up?
I sure do.
Do you prefer email or phone calls?
Email would be perfectly
Perfect.
fine.
Okay. Nancy, thank you very much. I really appreciate your help.
Thank you very much for
All
stopping
right.
by.
That's it. Simple. Don't do this. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Ask me what I'm looking for.
What are you looking for?
Well, I'm not really sure. I've got a background in IT, and I was a net admin for a while, and then I got laid off, and I didn't like that company anyway, so I'm looking for my next, I don't know if the rest of you heard her, but as soon as I started, she said, "Oh." That's exactly what's going through the head of the recruiter. Oh my gosh, not another one. All right? Don't do that, please. As compared to the first time, I introduced myself, I told her a little bit about what I'm looking for. I asked sincerely if she had a net admin position, because it might not be listed on the board of jobs that they have, but she might have something. It might be one of those hidden jobs. She now knows what I'm looking for. She saw that I smile, I'm professional, and she said she would help me. That's what you want. Now, conversely, it's, hey, you've got that IT position, fantastic. You know, I'm a great fit for it. I have 10 years experience. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Can I tell you a little bit about me? Are you collecting resumes today? No. Ask questions. Once again, sincere questions. That's all you're doing. And at the very end, most importantly, ask for a business card or contact information. Because otherwise you'll have no idea who to follow up with. Because you will need to follow up with people. Because you want to take notes on your meetings. Every person that you talk to as an employer, jot down what the job was that you were talking about. Jot down a little bit about what that person talked to you about. Something about the connection, the conversation. Oh, I talked with Everett. He was carrying that silver pen. Okay, and he worked at this particular company. Right, that's what. So that you have it straight in your mind, but also, if you had just a pleasant conversation, you can refer back to that. Everett, I met you at the job fair. I was the person wearing the blue shirt and carrying the silver pen, and we were talking about baseball and the Brewers. I'm following up on our conversation. Did you have a chance to look at my resume? Not only now do I have your contact information, I'm addressing it and it's going to get to the right person, but I've also referred to something that sparks your memory as a recruiter, because you're meeting hundreds or if not thousands of people. It's hard to keep everyone straight. Send thank you letters. Now, if you're walking down the job fair aisle, Jim, good to see you again. Thank you very much for offering that nice thanks. Is the job fair better for you since the last time I walked past?
A little bit, not so much.
No, not so much. You know. Are you looking for something in particular?
I'm just kind of looking and seeing what's available here.
Okay.
This is the first job fair I've been to in a while.
Okay. Well, good luck with that, and I hope everything goes well. Now, you don't need to send a thank you note in that particular case if you're just doing some little chit-chat. But if it's, hi, I'm Everett. Hi, I'm Nancy. We've got this going, and this is what we're going to do. Can you tell me a little bit about it? I have a nice 2, 3, 4, 5-minute conversation with Nancy. Send her a thank you note. At the very, very minimum, send her an email expressing, once again, same rules apply. What you talked about, why you were there. But you know what? Thank you notes are becoming more and more rare. The company that I'm at now, they've told me quite frankly, is that I was the only one that sent a thank you note after every one of the meetings. I was like, you're kidding me. Like, no. Because we knew you'd be diligent and follow up, and that we would really appreciate it. Go buy the $2 note of thank you notes. I mentioned the sob stories. If you can't read this, it says regrets. Those were the droids you were looking for. So now you've made it. You've gone to the job fairs, you've applied online, you've got a great resume. Keys to intelligent interviewing. My first one, I like this. It's not copywritten yet, so feel free to use it, is eat. I love to eat. Enthusiasm, your aura, your personal glow, your smile, your attitude. How confident do you carry yourself as a person? Are you walking slouched over to the interview? Everett, hey, thanks for coming to the interview. Come on by. Okay. Or are you carrying yourself in, hey, thank you very much, Everett. I appreciate it. By the way, I know you're getting all these Everetts confused, so I hope you realize where I'm. Then when I'm over here, I'm one Everett, and when I'm over here, I'm another. Thanks. Follow up with a thank you. Express sincere thanks at the end of the interview for their time, even if it's not a job that you're interested in. And once again, get their contact information so you can follow up with a thank you card. Prepare for your interviews. Most people think, oh, I can just go in, I can wing it. I'm an extrovert, I can talk, I can do all kinds of things. I'm an improv person. No. You want to think about a couple of things. And the reason why you want to think about a couple of things beforehand and practice and dress for success. We can go through this because I think everybody here knows that you want to look as a lady more like that and not like that. As a man, you want to look more like that and not like that. For the most part, there are exceptions. If you're applying for a machine operator job or a welder job, don't walk in a suit. You won't get the job, all right? But you want to practice because there's different questions and a different way of interviewing that's a little bit different than what it was a few years ago. So you want to start with some of the basics. Manage your time effectively. Get there 10 to 15 minutes in advance. Because guess what? If they finish up early, they come out to the lobby and you're there. Everett, I know you're scheduled for a 1 o'clock interview, but do you have a few minutes that we can start now? And I'm prepared and I'm all set to go. They're going to be energized. Hey, great, cool. Now they might only be thinking, well, good, if I finish up with this interview, then I can go to lunch. But either way, I'm there, I'm prepared, I'm ready. That makes a positive impression. First impressions. Good handshake says a lot. Don't flip their hand over. Also, if they turn your hand over, generally don't do that, bring it back to neutral. All right? Smile, eye contact. You don't want to do this. Is it Marva, right?
Yes.
Hi, Marva. Good to meet you.
Good
I'm
to
Everett.
meet you, Everett.
Yeah. Nice eye contact we're having here, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Think I'm a psycho killer right now about it?
I'm sure of it.
Yeah. All right. Body language in an interview. This is one thing that when I interview people, I really look for. Once again, how confident are they? Are they slouching in their chair? Just that little bit. They're leaning on the armrest. Are they bouncing their leg? I will purposely in an interview fold my hands like this. Generally, if someone does that, it means that they're not interested in you, they're not interested in what they're saying. You want to get them out of this position into at least a neutral position, which is this, or better yet, have their arms down. Now they're open. They're to what you're saying, to what you're receiving. And this is all subliminal stuff. There's tons of books and videos about this, and it's all things that we do without necessarily realizing it. But have you ever met somebody and you said, you know, that person was really nice, that Everett guy was really cool, but there's just something about him that I couldn't quite put my finger on. And it might be something good, or it might be something bad. And you're kind of wondering, like, what was that? Well, a lot of times it's this subliminal clues, it's this body language that you're giving off. People generally want to be like people that are like them, who they admire, or who they aspire to be. So in other words, if you're in an interview and you walk in and the table and the desk that you're meeting at, let's just say it's a desk, is completely blank like it is here. There's no papers on it. Odds are this person is not necessarily going to like it too much if you take your notepad and stuff and instantly throw it on the desk. You know, if you're sitting there talking, make big hand gestures and all that kind of stuff. Watch that. Now, I talk with my hands a lot. Go figure. Really? This is going to be the fun watching this part on YouTube. Yeah, never. You don't talk with your hands at all. No. If you're interviewing with me and you normally talk with your hands and you see I'm talking with my hands, feel free. Absolutely. Because I'm going to say, hey, there's something about that person that is very cool. I might not know exactly what it is. Now, watch the hands, though. Because just because I'm talking with my hands like this, doesn't mean you should be talking with your hands like that. Okay? Mirror the other person. The other thing is if they're leaning back in their chair, you're talking, they started to lean back like this. Once again, they're getting disinterested. They're getting bored. You need to bring them back into the conversation. You do that by leaning forward. It's a natural thing where if I'm sitting at a desk and I see the person across from me is leaning back like this, I want them to come back and re-engage me. I'm going to lean forward on their desk. I do that because I want to see if subliminally, one, I'm interrupting their space, and if I am, they're immediately going to sit right back up. I also want them to know that I'm conveying in this interview and my answers that I'm giving that I'm being sincere about this and that I want them to pay attention. Hey, this is important. And I'm doing that with my body language. So there's lots of different things. We could spend a whole night talking about this. But the biggest thing, enthusiasm, energy, attitude. You don't have to walk in going, hey, I'm really excited to be here. Thank you very much for this interview. Oh, this is so fantastic. I'm going to love this. No, you don't need to be that over the top. But have a smile. Carry yourself confidently, positively. That's what you want. You want to give that glow because that someone, once again, says, you know what? That person had a really good energy about them. I like that. Now, you need all this because the new style of interviewing is what we call behavioral interviewing. And basically what it is taking your experiences and relating it through examples to the experience that a company wants. So basically what you need to be able to do is be able to relate the stories that link your experience and skills to the potential position. And this is what you need to prepare beforehand and think about before you go to the interview. Think about a couple of key strengths that you did. Think about a couple of situations where you had a conflict with a coworker. Talk about something where maybe you made a mistake on the job. These are things that hiring managers are going to want to know because it's all about the skills. And they bring these skills out by asking the questions. Tell us about a time in the past year when you had to deal with a difficult team member. Describe what you did and what you learned from it. Well, you know what? At my last job, I had a position where the coworker was constantly berating other coworkers. Management was doing nothing about it. So I acted on my own because it was detrimental to the team. I took that person out to lunch, away from the office. We had a good conversation about it. I asked what they were doing, how they perceived themselves, why they were doing what they did. They didn't necessarily think that they were being berating, but they were really dragging the office down. But I did it outside and in a professional way. The person thanked me for it. Give us an example of a time when you use your customer philosophy to deal with a perplexing problem. Well, you know, I have this IT problem here, and the customer was really just not understanding what I was trying to say. So I remembered I had to slow down and explain to them in simple terms, because not everybody is an IT nerd. Not that all IT nerds are nerds, but if I'm a geek, hey, you know. Ask questions of the interviewer. Something else that people forget to do. They get to the end of the interview, and they say, well, do you have any questions for me? No, I think you answered them all. Okay, well, great. Now, maybe they did. I always go into an interview with every single question that I can think about that job written out on my pad of paper. And as they're going through the answers, I'm just quick, yep, they answered that one. They answered this one. They understood that one. If I can, I jot a little 1 or 2 word note to remember myself what they answered about it. Have some questions, though, that you can describe back to them. Once again, you don't want to avoid salary, you want to avoid, things like that. But ask things, I really like doing networking and cabling. Are there specific duties in this job that I can complete that type of work? Tell me a little bit about what you like best about working at Everett's Manufacturing. Those are questions that, once again, you get them to open up, get them to talk about you. You get more information about the company, more information about what they're looking for. And guess what? You just save yourself having to talk all this time. And, my gosh, they answered all my questions. I can't think of anything. All right. Once again, get their business card. Because guess what? Not only are you going to send them a thank you note, but you can say, as an example, Nancy, I'm going to use you as an example again here. Nancy, thank you very much for this interview. This has been a great learning experience for me, so I hope I was able to fulfill some of these needs, and I hope to hear from you about the candidate. But do you have a business card or something that I can just send you a quick thank you note as part of that?
I certainly can hand you one.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And I'm on LinkedIn to part of this. Do you mind can I link in with you as well? So even if I don't get this position, maybe I'm a better fit for down the road.
Yes, you can.
My network has just grown by one, and someone in my industry that can help me. If you don't ask, then you never know. Informational interviews. Really quickly, I'm just going to briefly touch on this. What is this? This is something where if you want more information about a company, especially for those of you who are switching careers, call up the companies that either are the leaders in the industry, companies that you like, people that you admire at those companies. Ask for some help. But make it clear that you are not there to ask for a job. Maybe it's somebody here tonight. For example, Barb, can I pick on you for a minute?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm one who hasn't understood this as much in this economy. Are companies actually willing to do a lot of this when they're short-staffed now?
Yes. And the reason why is a couple of different things. One is that they need to grow their networks too. So when they need to have a qualified candidate for something, they don't want to just rely on job ads and job fairs. They want to have a network of people that they can instantly go to and say, I've got a great opportunity for Barb. All right? They also, as part of this, it might not be the HR person that you talk to. So for example, if you're the call me up and just ask for an informational interview. Just as an example. Excuse me, I'm going to reverse that. I'm calling you. I'm sorry. So, ring, ring.
Hello, this is ABC Company.
Hi, ABC Company. With whom am I speaking, please?
This is Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. My name is Everett, and I'm a job seeker, and I am not looking for a job with the ABC company, but I see that you have a position that you have as a creative arts director, and that was a career that I'm really interested in going into, and I have some experience, but I'm not sure if this is necessarily right for me. Is there someone that I can just get some information and talk to with for 5-10 minutes just to ask them some questions about this career field and what experience I might need to have in a portfolio or where I should go to get some education on it? Is there someone that you can transfer me to or someone that I can talk to about this?
I don't know if he's in right now, but I could put you in Tom's voicemail with marketing.
That would be fantastic. And what's Tom's position title? What is he?
He's Director of Marketing.
Barbara, thank you very much. I appreciate Tom's voicemail. All right. Tom's voicemail picks up. Tom, you're you. You're now the marketing director. I've enlisted you. Just pretend you're a voicemail message. What's on your voicemail?
Hello, this is Tom. I'm the Director of Marketing for XYZ Company. Please leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you in 24 hours.
Hey, this is great. Not only did I apply at ABC Company with a contact, but now I'm in XYZ Company. All right. Beep goes off. Hello, Tom. This is Everet Kamikawa, and I'm currently looking for a position in as a creative talent in the marketing field. I have some experience. I am not looking for a job with XYZ or ABC Company, whichever one you are. But I am looking for some information because it's a field that I'm going into. I have some experience, but I really want to know what I should put in my portfolio. What kind of job experience should I have? Where should I get some education on it? Would you mind just helping me? Is there a time when I can call you back and we can talk about this? Here's my contact number. All right. When you ask for help, people, even today, they love helping people. Okay, so that's the other reason why the information interviewing works. Now, there's going to be some times where they're going to say, no, I just don't have time. You say, not a problem. And they'll say, I got Tom for real now. Tom says, Everett, I just don't have the time. Tom, I really appreciate that. Do you mind if I just ask you one quick question? Well, no, not at all. Is there a networking group or a meetup group that you can suggest that I join, that I can get more information at? Oh, sure. Join the Milwaukee Creative Talent Network. So, the slide got skipped. Let's go back one. Sorry. So, it's 8 o'clock. Cookies are calling. It's getting hot. We need to move on. Let's sum up everything. Now let's move forward. Okay. A couple of things that to be careful of. Whether you get the job or not, I want you to be careful of what I call the unemployment trap. Now, what that is this. I am certainly not suggesting if you are on unemployment to get off or anything like that. Not at all. Not at all. But what I see in a lot of job seekers is this. The average time, according to, I believe this is the New York Times, December of 2010, the average time to find a job now, whether you have a networking, whether your resume is perfect or not, is 8 months. If you get a year or a little over a year of unemployment, what I'm seeing is a lot of people go, hey, I'm going to take a couple months off, we're going to coast, and 6 months goes by. 6 plus 8, 14. You're short now 2 months of unemployment. What are you going to do? And that's if you are the average at 8 months. It's a great helping hand. But I don't want anyone to get in the opinion of, and I've had this, job seekers tell me this, Everett, I can't take that job because you know what? I've got 6 weeks of unemployment left and I'm just going to stay on it and get that money. Everett, I don't want this particular job because, it's only a year contract and that's going to screw up my unemployment. Everett, I don't want this job because, I'm going to make more in unemployment than I am in this, and that difference might only been a couple $100. All right? Now, there are some different things, but the average of the people that I deal with, their average unemployment is $1,400 a month. You times that by 12, that's $16,800. Plus, yes, you do get time where you don't have to work. But really don't forget, your job is to find a job. You need to have a plan. You need to work that plan. So, yes, you get some time. Versus when I was looking for that job over a year, I made $33,000. I worked 5 part-time jobs. I did not take unemployment. I worked 2 jobs in radio, which was my first career. I had a photography job, a sales job, and because I'm a huge Brewer fan, and this is back in 2001, 2002, remember the Brewers weren't exactly the greatest playing team under the sun. I figured if I'm going to watch these guys every night, I'm going to get paid for it. So I got a job selling tickets down at the stadium. Just a fun job, all right? But not only did I make more than I would have made under unemployment, I got contacts. I was able to get more experience because I was working sales jobs, I was working radio jobs, and by the time that year came, I had 2 choices because of the contacts I made. Now, I just want you to keep that in mind because at some point in time, that unemployment's going to run out, and you're going to need to make that risk. Now, there are people, I don't know if you're here tonight, once again, please take advantage of it. It's there to help. But please be careful of that trap. Don't wait until suddenly, and I have this too. Everett, my unemployment runs out in 2 weeks. I need to find a job now. What have you been doing? Nothing. Well, what about all those jobs that I've been emailing you, calling you for? Remember, in summary, it's not only who you know, but who knows about you. Use your LinkedIn, use your network. Also remember, eat, enthusiasm, attitude, thankfulness, and use this time to recharge your batteries. My old soccer coach used to say, if you look good, you feel good, you do good. Same kind of thing. Use this time to charge the batteries for the things that you're passionate about, things that will make you feel good inside, things that will help you with your confidence, things that will help you with your attitude, to give you that glow, that enthusiasm, that attitude that somebody says, I want to talk to that person. One of the ways you can do that is spend quality time with your spouse, your friends, your family. Do something you've always wanted to do. This, by the way, is real. This is stormtroopers doing a pit stop at a Formula One race at the Monaco Grand Prix. When I was unemployed that year, yes, money was tight. Yes, I didn't have a lot. But you know what? I'd always wanted to go deep sea fishing with my brother, who is a preeminent fisheries biologist. And I said, Dan, I've never gone deep sea fishing. I want to go fishing with you. I want you to just have some fun. Well, my sister happens to live in Florida. We said to my mom, Dad died not long ago. Let's go down and spend Thanksgiving in Florida. Okay, I had to pay for my airfare. We figured out cheap ways of arrangement for staying. My brother actually brought his whole family. We went out deep sea fishing. Something I always wanted to do. Take the time to do that while you've got it. Volunteer work for experience. Once again, something to put on your resume that contributes to your overall skill level. Connect with your faith. I'm not going to ascribe to who or what that faith should be, but Luke Skywalker, when he had those moments of truth, those moments of pain, those indecision, what should he do? He needed some confidence. Who did he talk to? Obi-Wan Kenobi. I really firmly believe that if you do have a strong belief in your faith, that it's great to have God in your corner. Because when those times hit hard, hey, God's right there backing me up. He's not going to let me fail. Right? It's kind of like Rocky. Who did he have in his corner all the time when he's getting beaten up by Apollo Creed? He had Mickey, right? Come on, Rock, go get him! Woke up some of you on that. Get an ally in your corner if you're not sure about your faith, and if you have no beliefs, question why. I'm not saying you have to have them, but maybe now's the time of reflection. Get a part-time job. Once again, I worked 5 of them. It might not be right for some people, but you know what? It's a lot easier to make connections with people when you're out in the community doing things than when you're sitting on your couch. One of the people I worked with actually took a part-time job at a grocery store as a cashier. Lady dropped, and this person was a graphic artist, by the way. Lady dropped one of the 2-liter bottles of soda on the floor. It broke. Cashier came around. She helped clean it up, pick it up, started a conversation with her. 2 weeks later, she had a job as a graphic designer in that lady's agency because she was the art director for that agency. It happens. Make the search fun. Don't give up on your network, your skills, and yourself. Stay positive. Have fun with it. I believe, honestly, that you can find all the answers in life, not only in Star Wars, but Calvin and Hobbes. Once again, I'm a geek, and I admit it. On YouTube, live, or on delay, whatever you want to call it. So thank you very much for paying attention to me. I hope you got that 1 or 2 arrows to put in your quiver. And I appreciate your time very, very much, and thank you for allowing me to pursue my passion tonight.